So I ask you to actually put some outfits on that you are wearing every day of the week, what you might wear to work, so I get a really good visual on how you're actually putting yourself together currently. How do I do that? Once you open that wardrobe and I ask you to start putting some pieces on, what's happening is your body starts to go into some sort of mode that tries to cover up certain pieces about yourself. You kind of tend to lean in, you tend to cover your arms up. There's certain body language that I will start to see straight away about the pieces on your body. And what then happens is we start to talk about, I start to ask you questions around why are you feeling that way? What's going on within your body right now that you're feeling in those, what's making you kind of bend? What are some of the things that have got you wearing those pieces time and time and time again? Why are you always reaching for the same outfit? Why are you always reaching for the same colour? There's certain things that I will start to see within your wardrobe that are going to start to make sense to me very quickly. And as they start to make sense to me, and as we're standing together in this wardrobe, we start to lock eyes and something starts to happen, because the fact that you've invited me in means that you are open already to something new. And the fact that you tend to invite me into your wardrobe, you've seen something within me, you've felt something within me, you've felt something within the people that I work with that is making you open to see that there's something within you that needs a change. So once we sort of start to feel safe together within the wardrobe, what starts to happen is you start to feel open about discussing certain things with me in terms of why you don't feel comfortable showing certain parts of you. And one big thing that I find with a lot of women that I work with, that I don't even know they're carrying a certain size bra. Like, this is the one thing that I see time and time again. And a lot of these women are double Ds, Gs, and they tend to be hiding a lot of what's going on around here, which changes like how you stand, how you maneuver your body, because you're always going inwards trying to hide your breasts. And it's time and time again that I see this. This is one thing that I pick up a lot. Another thing I pick up a lot is the black, right? We're always constantly wearing the black, and the black is just like we're hiding something. We're putting something away that it doesn't want to be seen. And another one that I tend to get quite a lot is the pulling down of clothes. Like, we are constantly pulling down our clothes so that it makes us feel like we're covering certain parts of our body. And another big thing is the way we maneuver in these pieces. We are always bending over. We're always quite rigid in the way that we're flowing. And that's why you notice women that feel very aligned to their body, aligned to themselves, they stand a certain way, they move a certain way, they around themselves that enables them to move their bodies in very certain different ways, which is, something that, when you're looking for people to work with, you'll notice that they have a certain way of holding themselves that makes you want to come in, bring yourself in. And we don't realize that the material on our body has a lot to do with this. We don't understand that. And this is why I come from a very different perspective with style, in that I really, truly understand that it starts with you and how you're feeling about yourself. Now, I'm not a psychologist, so I'm not in there to work those things out. I'm in there to see how the cloth moves on your body, how it works for you. And then cloth starts to become clothing. Clothing starts to become style. And that's how we work it. I stopped styling in stores. I stopped styling in shopping centres. I stopped styling in boutiques. I stopped styling because it wasn't working. It was working because I have an eye for style and I have an eye for people and I have an understanding about people. And I got momentous change in style rooms. I got momentous change in the conversations that we were having together. Like, people were coming alive when we would style out and change rooms. It was the most phenomenal, brilliant feeling. But what happened when I checked in a couple of months down the track was I found that people had diverted, they'd reverted back to who they were. They weren't comfortable enough to continue on doing what they wanted to do that we did in the style room that day. So it started to become non-purposeful for me. But from a heart perspective and my value perspective, that was not okay for me. So I went back to the drawing board and started really changing things up, working things differently in my business, because I wanted to work out the root cause of this problem and how is it that if they're not going to be with me 24/7 in there, how am I actually going to be there for them for this change to happen? So this is why I went back to the wardrobe and I realized there was so many pieces in this wardrobe that made up who you were, and that if I could take all those pieces and work out where you are right now and work through how I actually bring you forward in your heart space, the pieces you chose, how do I then get you feeling okay in your own pieces so that when that person comes to you and they say, there's something different about you, something's changed, oh, that doesn't look great, or oh, that's not who you are. What happens is when they are your own pieces from your own wardrobe, thing within you that says, hang on a sec, this is me. These are my clothes. This is what I own. You know, this is not from a stylist coming in and giving me a whole heap of different pieces. This is actually her just putting together the pieces that I own in a way that feels very aligned to myself. Now, it feels very aligned to yourself because I'm not teaching you just to be in this moment either. I am teaching you style that you will take with you until you're a grandmother, because it doesn't matter if your body changes within that next week or it changes within the next couple of hours, because that's what our bodies can do as well. So I am showing you, teaching you skills that is going to enable you to do this for the rest of your life. So it doesn't matter who you end up with. You could change partners, you could change jobs, careers, you could become an entrepreneur. You are taking those learnings with you for the rest of your life.